I decided to have some fun with my friends and my boyfriend Jasper. I wanted us to go on adventures. We drove e-scooters to a private golf club and chased each other on the lawn. Whee! Coming through! But for some reason, the golf club members got mad at us. They called security, who then called our parents. Please kill me now. My mom was the first to arrive and started shouting that she would now have to pay a fortune for the damaged lawn. Bridget Jay Grant, your behavior is unacceptable. By the way, that's my name, but you can just call me Bree. My mom mostly called me Trouble on Two Legs. I loved getting into trouble, and trouble followed me wherever I went. That day, my life changed. Let me tell you what happened next. But first, please like this video, even if you are a cat and only have paws. As soon as we got home, Mom started scolding me for falling in with bad company yet again. I knew that lecture by heart, so I could easily finish all the sentences for her. Now, she would tell me to go to my room. Watch. Bree, I've come to a decision. We're moving. I want you to stay away from those kids. Hold on, what? That wasn't a part of the script. What did she mean we were moving? Mom said she had already found us a new apartment in a good neighborhood. I went ballistic because I didn't want to leave my friends and Jasper. My boyfriend was the king of the jungle, which meant I was the queen. I didn't want to lose that. But once my mom decided something, even the president of America wouldn't be able to change her mind. Soon we moved into the new apartment in another district, but that wouldn't be enough to keep me away from my friends and my boyfriend. I would find a way to hang out with them even if Mom took me to another planet. But that wasn't all. Mom bought a bunch of new clothes for me. She believed that if I looked like an excellent student, then I would behave myself. What the heck? You should go to a sale and buy a new daughter who will meet all your requirements. Don't argue with me and change your clothes. It would have been easier to convince my mom aliens were real than it was to defend my right to dress the way I wanted to. So my look changed. Do you like it? In the evening, I called my friends on Snapchat and demonstrated them my new outfit. Quit laughing! How do I talk my mom into letting me go back to my old school? Oh, that's easier than crafting in Minecraft. Just prank your new principal, and he will expel you. He was right. Jasper wasn't just handsome, but also smart. And then someone started to play the violin next door so loudly I couldn't keep chatting with my friends. Great. I was neighbors with a boring musician on top of everything else. I was about to play FNAF, but my mom made me meet our new neighbors. I couldn't stand such outings. What about you? The Cooper family lived in the apartment opposite ours. They were so weird and friendly, I wish that there was a sitcom about them. The Coopers also had a son, Leon. He dressed like he was an old man and was clearly the pride of his parents. It turned out that he was the one with the annoying violin. So you're like a violiner? It's called violinist. Okay, whatever you say, Professor. I hated goody two-shoes like Leon, but Mom loved our new neighbor. She thought I could befriend such a good boy. I would die of boredom if I did that. In the morning, I went to my new school. I wasn't planning on staying there for long, so I drew a funny face on the door of the principal's office while no one was looking. The mission, I want to be expelled, was a go. My classmates looked at the new girl with interest and whispered to each other that I should be afraid of the biggest bully at school. Thanks to Mom, I looked like a dutiful student now, but I was still the same Bree, so I wasn't afraid of anyone. I would show them who the queen of the jungle was. And then, that bully walked into the classroom. The crowd parted to let him through. I took a closer look at the guy and almost fell off my chair. It was Leon. What the fudge? He was wearing different clothes now, and there was a tattoo on his shoulder, but it was definitely him. Our eyes met. He seemed stumped too. He grabbed my arm and dragged me into the hallway. What are you wearing? Why do you look like a walking encyclopedia at home and like a rock star at school? Leon shushed me and told me not to tell a secret to our classmates. I need them to think I'm the toughest guy at school, okay? Whoa, take it easy, Mr. Fake Tattoo. My silence isn't free. What will I get in return? Before he could say anything, my mom called me. She'd warned me that if I got into trouble at school, she would send me to my grandfather's ranch. Damn it! I definitely wouldn't be able to see Jasper there. As luck would have it, at that moment, the principal appeared in the hallway. He was looking for the student who had drawn on his door. I couldn't let him realize it was me. I don't want to eat pumpkins and listen to Grandpa's stories. No thanks. Leon immediately realized what the problem was. He took the blame in exchange for my silence. He could be useful after all. That evening, Jasper and my friends invited me for a walk. I really wanted to go out, but I didn't know how to convince my mom to let me out. However, I had a little magic trick called Leon. I called and asked him to cover for me. He wanted our classmates to think he was tough, so he agreed to help me out. Leon came over in his boring clothes and told my mom that he wanted to invite me to an observatory. Mom was all too happy to let us go because she was sure that I would finally be on the right path. Yeah, right. Shh, don't blow my cover. We went outside and I went to my friends. Leon headed to the observatory to count the stars or whatever nerds like him did. I was glad to finally be back with my friends, but to my surprise, they dragged me to an art gallery. Are you ill? Why would we go to a gallery? I thought my friends had contracted boredom fever, but it turned out that they had different plans. Jasper showed me spray cans and winked. Let's have fun. We slipped past a guide and my friends started to draw funny inscriptions to the paintings to make them look like memes. I took a spray can as well, but got distracted when I saw Leon. The fake bully was dreamily staring at The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. If only he looked as attentively in the mirror when choosing that dumb outfit. I suddenly heard a security guard shout, "Oops!" He saw what my friends were doing and chased after them. They ran out into the street screaming and laughing, but I was too slow. The security guard noticed the spray can in my hands and hurried towards me with a menacing look. SOS, I needed an invisibility cloak. But then Leon came up to me and hugged me. I've been looking for you everywhere, babe. Have you seen all the exhibits yet? Did you like the work of the Impressionist era? What? I realized that Leon was protecting me from the guard, so I decided to play along and said the smartest thing that came to my mind. Their work is the bee's knees. Leon convinced the museum staff that they were art students and that I always carried a spray can with me and had nothing to do with those hooligans. The guard eventually believed him and let us go. Whew. However, on the way home, Leon lectured me worse than Mom ever had. Which zoo did your friends escape from? Does ruining paintings really seem fun to you? That's none of your business, Einstein. I know that the paintings are protected by glass. They were safe. Einstein was a physicist. You would know that if you read more and messed around less. Did he just call me stupid? And then he said he wouldn't cover for me again. Oh, is that right? Then tomorrow everyone at school will find out how lame you really are. He gritted his teeth but eventually gave in. I smirked triumphantly. I had everything under control for a while. Leon and I successfully wore our masks. At school, Leon remained a scary troublemaker, and at home like a werewolf. He transformed into a violinist and the joy of his parents. Meanwhile, I looked like innocence itself, and even became an excellent student thanks to copying Leon's homework. Everyone thought we were dating. Mom was so happy that Leon was being a good influence on me that she decided to let us go out anytime without asking any questions. Mom, Leon and I want to go to the library. Sure, you are such a wonderful couple. It didn't even bother her that it was 10 at night, and I had tickets to a Drake concert sticking out of my pocket. Amazing. You know, my mom wasn't as smart as I thought she was. Of course, while Mom thought I was hanging out with Leon, I was actually with Jasper. But sometimes I had to spend time with my neighbor to keep up the appearances. For example, one day his parents invited me and my mom to a tea party. Did they think they were royalty? Don't you have any Coke in your Palace of Versailles? Versailles is in France, genius. You should have said Buckingham Palace. It's in London, and having tea parties is a British tradition. Oh, jeez, he was so annoying. Oh, look at me, I'm so smart, I don't even need to use Google. I'd had it with him. Just relax. Here, I made this brooch from dried lavender. Its subtle fragrance is soothing. He pinned the brooch on my clothes, and I felt my face flame. Leon's voice was so velvety, and his hands were so warm, and... Okay, stop, Brie. Pull yourself together. I couldn't like Leon. He was a boring nerd who only pretended to be a bad guy to seem cool at school. I shook my head and pulled away from him. Leave it. I was relieved when I could finally meet with my friends again. We rode in shopping carts in a market parking lot. I watched my friends have fun, listened to their carefree jokes, and realized that I was a bit bored. It felt like something in me had broken. Hey, Brie, are you okay? Why are you wearing herbarium? It's a lavender brooch. It's delicate fragrance. I stopped mid-sentence because my friends were staring at me in surprise, and they burst out laughing. What are you on about? Who talks like that? He was right. What was going on with me? I said I wasn't feeling well and went home. I didn't feel like myself. Why did I no longer enjoy the things I used to love? When it got dark, I heard the violin. Except this time, the sound was coming... from the roof? I got up there through the attic and saw Leon. He was playing the violin under the stars with the stray cats as his grateful audience. It was like he put a spell on me. Leon finished and noticed me. He seemed embarrassed. What are you doing here? I sometimes walk in my sleep. Yeah, that's it. I'm a sleepwalker. You lie as badly as you choose your friends. His words made my blood boil. I wanted to snap back, but instead asked him why he had a double life. Why did he want everyone at school to think he was a bully? Do you really want to know? Well, I was a sensitive and open child. My best friend made fun of me for it and called me a crybaby. The other kids ridiculed me too, so I decided that I wouldn't show anyone the real me again. I'd rather everyone be afraid of me than think I'm weak. Then he said that the concert was over and left. I petted the stray cats for a while and thought about Leon's words. I wanted to talk to Leon the next day and tell him I wasn't going to blackmail him anymore. I knocked on his door, but his mom told me that he had gone to an academic concert. Was Leon performing on the big stage?
Wow.
I didn't want to miss it. On my way to the concert hall, I ran into Jasper and my friends. They were bored, and so they followed me. Okay, but behave. I should have known better. They didn't know what the word behave meant. In the concert hall, my friends started to laugh and didn't let anyone enjoy the music. Monkeys in the zoo would have looked like a crowd of tailed scientists next to them. Quit laughing, I can't hear the double bass. Double bass? Who is this, a new rapper? Had I really thought he was smart? He had Skittles in his head instead of brains. Leon came on stage. My heart started pounding. Here, listen, that's tachycardia. Oh, I knew so many clever words now. Hanging out with Leon really had been good for me. When Jasper saw the violinist, he started to laugh louder and pointed at him with his finger. Oh, I know that guy. We were friends when we were kids. He was such a crybaby, always picking flowers and reading books. He's still a ninny. Look, he's playing the ukulele now. It's a violin, genius. I remembered Leon's story about his childhood friend who betrayed him and realized that it had been Jasper. I was disgusted. Good guys like Leon shouldn't feel ashamed of themselves because of rude morons like my ex-boyfriend. You heard that right, I said ex-boyfriend. I told Jasper we're done. Whatever, there's plenty more fish in the sea. And then he took a mirror from a girl and pointed it at the stage. The light hit Leon's eyes. He couldn't perform like that. That was it. I was going to pounce on Jasper, but decided not to stoop to his level. So I just said that if they didn't leave, I would tell the police that they had been the ones to ruin the paintings in the museum. I know a lot about your antics. Think carefully before you mess with someone else. They exchanged glances and ran away with their tails between their legs. I stopped hanging out with them and soon found out that they were caught when they were messing around in a supermarket and had to do community service. Karma, baby. When the concert ended, I came up to Leon and told him about my feelings and that I would no longer hang out with my former friends. Leon inspired me and I signed up for drum lessons. In return, I taught him to relax and have fun. For example, yesterday we had a picnic on the roof and chatted about our favorite games. That's how we turned from a fake couple into a real one. We don't pretend anymore. A bully, a goody two-shoes, who needs those masks? You should just be yourself. Don't forget to like this video. Tell us in the comments down below. Have you ever had to fit into a new company?